we want to talk about the reasons why students fail exam. In the academic calendar, exam period is fast approaching. By the end of this month, June will be ending tomorrow, Monday, the 30th. That means that July will be entering July, and because it's the next there's the coming holiday will be a long vacation. The students needs at least 6 weeks minimum to be able to you know enjoy their long vacation. So that will be 4 weeks in August and probably 2 weeks in July. Most schools resume September 8th, Monday, September 8th, 2025. So in view, this means that exams will most likely start anything from first week of July, so that latest by the 11th, 12th, 13th of July, schools are already closing. So we just want to talk briefly on why students fail exams, okay, so that your children will be able to come out in flying colors this end of term, because this is a promotional term. This is third term. People are going to be promoted into next class. So the number one from research, we find out from number one is not reading. The number one reason why students fail exam or pupil is not reading. Ordinarily, you cannot pass the exam without reading. We don't want to make everything spiritual. So the thing is that people don't read their books. Students don't read, most of them, because they're distracted with several things. They're distracted with television, online games, technology, and several other things that. Okay, hold on. I will invite you to tell us. Just hold on. I'm going to invite one of my judges saying that he wants to tell me one of the reasons why people fail exams. So please come. Tell us what I want. Just tell us one reason why you think that people fail exam. Go ahead.
And the one that know well that there is to be playing much. If you play much, that's a common way of failing exam and not getting good grades. So you should stop playing all these games and then start reading.
Thank you. So we'll talk about. Let's continue with this one. He said that one of the things that the students should stop playing and start reading. So all works and no play, they say, makes Jack a dull boy. But all plays and no work also kills the Jack. So I think that, okay. So we're talking about the playing. So the children should play, yes, but for once in their life, they need to understand that exam is before them and the importance of passing their exams. We're not pressuring them, but we're just saying that what is the essence of going to school or being a student if you cannot pass your exam at the end of the 3 months or 2 months plus academic section? So we feel that one of the reasons why students fail exam is because they play too much and they do not create time to read their books. So that's number one. Number two reason, as we said, is not reading. Is almost the same, but not reading for whatever reason. Now when you come to not reading, we want to look into not reading, because some people actually do not read but they still pass their exams. Now we find out that in the classroom there are about three types of students we have observed in the classroom. One, there's a student that when the teacher is teaching, he or she will pay maximum attention, and such children do not read. If they go home, they will not even read. However, they will still pass the exam. Why? Because during the class section, during when the teacher was teaching, they gave in their best. They paid attention like to the latter. So all the things, all the words of the teacher, they have memorized, and once anything comes out, they're able to pass with it. Also, there are people that if the teacher finish teaching, they will pay attention while the teacher is still teaching. Then after the class, they will need to go home and read to be able to make up the ones they could not grab in the classroom. So such children need to read their books. Such students need to read. There are some that even if they paid attention in the class when the teacher was teaching, they still need to spend time to read, commit a lot of time to be able to read, and then join it with the one that they learned from the class, and this will help them to pass. So it is very important that the student understand the type of student he or she is, to know whether he is able, I'm just using a he for everybody, so whether he is able to grab what the teacher is teaching and is okay with it, or whether he is able to, he needs to read to be able to join, and whether also he needs to read extra reading, like there's reading and there's extra reading to be able to join. So these are the two reasons. Now we're going to number 3 reason. We have mentioned one of the reasons why people do not pass the exam as expected. 1, they play too much in the classroom and at home. 2, not reading. Number 3 is we can say fear or lack of confidence. This set of people, they actually do read at home, they stay in the class, listen to the teacher, went extra mile to read, but when they enter exam hall, for whatever reason, some people call it exam fever, some call it exam fear, we don't know, but for whatever reason they would not be confident. If you give them options, say A, B, C, D, E, they will underline first A and come back to clean the A, shade B, come back to clean the B, shade C, come back to clean everything, and eventually shade D and fail it. So it becomes a problem also. So lack of confidence, you need to, and parents are supposed to, at one point or the other, constantly even encourage their students and not put fear. You must pass, you must pass. If you go and you don't pass, don't come back to this home, I'm not proud of you, those kind of things. So you must make a time to encourage your student, your child, to go and face exam. Exam is just one of those things in life that anybody can face. Okay, so number 4 reasons why people do not pass exam, we have found out from our research, is not following instructions. Okay, teacher can say answer question 1 is compulsory, and then any other 2 questions, maybe is a 5-question exam, but because the child or the student feels that number 1 is hard, and most often number 1 is usually carrying, maybe it will carry maybe 30 marks or 30%, then they will share the remaining 15%. CA test, that's continuous assessment, will take the remaining 40, all those kind of things. So if the child answers questions, say 2, 3, and 5, without answering that number 1 that is compulsory, it becomes a problem. So not following instructions, exam instructions, not following instructions written on the question paper, not following instructions written on the question paper or given during the exam will definitely lead to failing exams. So parents should encourage their students before they enter exam, in the exam week, to say, please make sure that as you face this exam this term, you will follow instructions. Do not run on your own. Read the instructions or ask the teacher to explain the instructions to you. Some, they will say circle the answer. My brother, my sister, circle the answer is not the same thing as underline the answer. Some schools are like, they pay attention to this kind of things. It's also a way to train the child to understand how life works, because when you say circle the answer and you go and underline the answer, it's not. Shade the answer, those kind of things. Do not write in the margin, those kind of instructions. You must just obey the instructions. Encourage your child, tell your child, teach your child on the importance of following those instructions given by the teacher. Okay, answer questions once before any other question. It's just as simple as that. Don't jump and go and answer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then come to under and answer 1. The teacher can just claim that he did not see 1, for whatever reason. You don't have power over your exam. After, once you have submitted your paper, whatever you get is, except you want to set up a panel to go through your father or your parents or through the school management, you want to see your result, you want to see your booklet to be able to know why you failed, which most often you will not get that kind of justice. So it's good as a student that what is there now, follow instructions. Is as I had said that life is built on instructions. Everything we do in life is on instruction. Come here is an instruction. Sit is an instruction. Start is an instruction. Stop is an instruction. Following instruction can also mean sometimes when the examiner or the teacher says pencil up, that is when some students will start writing. I don't know how you say. That's when the thing they have read that disappeared from their head will now appear. So they will then start writing at that point where you have had the pencil up. So the teacher, the invigilator or the examiner can just rush and tear your script or break your pencil or break your, I don't know, but, or just deduct, okay, just allow you. By the time you bring your sheet, you just write -10. So once they take out 10 from what you have scored, already you're on the failure part already, so pencil up, and as simple as that. Okay, submit before the count of 10. As I count 1 to 10, make sure you have submitted paper. 1, 2, 3. You won't submit until until yeah, welcome back. So we said that it is just to obey instruction. It's as simple as that. Okay, so follow the instruction. If you want to pass your exam, that you're about to face, please make efforts to follow the given instruction. Some of those instructions are usually written on the question paper. Some are verbally given. So whether they are verbally given or written in black and white on the exam sheet, please make efforts to obey the instructions so that you'll be able to pass. So far we have captured how many reasons? I think 4 reasons. Playing and not reading. Okay, we'll just call it 1. Playing and not reading, that's 1. 2, we've said fear, lack of confidence. 3, we've said not following instructions. Okay, number 4, we can say inability to read. For sure, some is amazing anyway. Some students, some people, they don't know how to read. And I think one of the things that led to this being a student and not being able to read is because most parents do not accept failure as an answer anymore. In this age where we are, when you say, if at the end of the term you tell a parent that his child or her child has failed and that the child needs to repeat class, the parents will say, is either you promote my child to the next class or I take him or her to another school. So most I would say private schools anyways, most private school owners, they don't want to lose students now. So why would the person lose students because you threaten to remove the student? You understand what I mean? The owner of the school has managed to get students. I will use the word manage. They do a lot of marketing. They meet people to be able to get students, and when they get students, you now come and threaten them. If you don't promote my child, I will withdraw the child from the school. The school owner, because he needs numbers, because more numbers means more money for him or for her too, will promote your child. So that's how we will see people that are in basic 6. They spend 6 years in primary school and they cannot read. They cannot read. I'm not telling you imagination. I'm telling you something I've come across plenty of them. Some of them will read, but they can't comprehend what they have read because they were being pushed out of, promoted for out of fear of losing them as a student. So what we're saying is that people fail exam because they cannot read as well. Yes, a lot of people in basic 4, 5, 6 cannot read. It's unfortunate. It's actually a stress anyways. But what can we do? So that's one thing I've said about education. I've said it that education begins at home. But parents are too busy these days, so the father is doing 8 to 4 p.m. job, the mother is doing 8 to 4 p.m. job. Nobody does assignment for the person. Nobody does homework for the child. So the child comes back and does his homework the way he or she wants and go and submit. So nobody has time to add anything to what the teacher is doing with the child in school. So the child won't even know how to read. All parents knows is just I've paid school fees. How many? What else are they paying for? Okay, school bus, PTA. What again? I've paid all of them. I've transferred money to the school, and that's all. So it makes the students not to be able to read, and it's a pity. Parents, please help us. Make efforts to give your children attention so that your child will be able to know how to read and make progress in life. Okay, so one of the reasons why students fail exam is because they lack the inability to read. Okay, another reason why people fail exam, maybe the number 3 reason, is ineligible handwriting, poor handwriting, or bad I'm just trying to be civil, so that I'm saying ineligible handwriting. If I say bad handwriting or poor handwriting, for sure, as you learn how to grow, as you continue to school from basic 1 to 2 to 3, your handwriting will keep improving. But some people, for whatever reason, their handwriting have refused to improve. So that's what they call jagala handwriting in this it's just what I call it, jagala handwriting, like skeletal handwriting. They will write like medical doctors. So when they write, it will be like they are drawing. Teacher cannot even read what the child has written. So by the time the teacher will look, cannot understand what the child has written, you just circle it and put 1. Even if it's 10 marks, teacher will just say, at least because you have written something, I'll just circle and put two marks on top of the person. So by the time the child will get two all through, it will fail. So encourage your child. There are so many calligraphic, there are so many, I think, papers or something that you can buy with pen, and your child will use it to learn writing. It will improve the writing. So we need to look at the handwriting of our children. Okay, parents need to make out time. This thing is not easy. It's not easy to be a parent. It's not just about giving birth. Parenting is a different issue altogether. So we need to make effort. We need to make effort to what are we talking about? To see how our children's handwriting improves. Poor handwriting automatically leads to failure at the end of every exam. Okay, we have said so many, I think about 5. Do you know any other thing that makes people to fail exam?
Not listening to the teacher's instruction.
Okay, we have said not listening to teacher's instruction.
Malpractice.
Can you talk about malpractice?
Is when a child takes his or her book or textbook into the examination hall and copy without being seen.
Okay, so the child copies without being seen. That one can actually lead to a pass sometimes, because the child had predicted what or something. But there's this aspect of copying that is very malpractice, that is pathetic. That is when you're copying from someone who does not know what he or she is writing. Let me give this. It's not a joke, but it actually happened. People were in an English exam, and somebody was copying from someone sitting beside him, and for him, it's a 100-question paper. The person had copied up to 90, and towards the 90, the intelligent one started covering his notebook. So the other person now said, please shift your hand, let me copy so I could finish what I'm copying. He said, leave me alone, let me write what I'm writing. And it's an English exam, you understand what I mean? Leave me alone, let me write what I'm writing. And the guy was like, wrote what you're writing in an English exam. So if you can speak this kind of English, dangerous English, let me write what I'm writing. Leave me, let me write what I'm writing. And I've copied from 1 to 90. What is my fate in this exam? Automatically I know that you're going to fail. If you're speaking, leave me alone, let me write what I'm writing. That's a problem. You understand what I mean? So copying Copying is malpractice can lead to failure. It's not only leading to pass. If you should I no let me, I'm not encouraging malpractice. I don't want to say if you must copy from an intelligent person. No, read to be able to pass. Yes. Another reason why people fail exam is not attempting all questions. That this is very important. Attempt all questions. You mustn't answer all of them correctly, but like in all questions, make efforts to just write something. Two points, two marks, two marks here and there, 1.5 marks. All those kinds of things will make up your mark so that you'll be able to pass. So I feel that students should be able to make efforts to attempt all questions. Attempt all questions. Encourage your child when you face exam, attempt all questions, attempt all the questions, and you will pass. So with these few points of mine, I've been able to encourage students and parents and caregivers to be able to discuss what it will take to pass exam and what it will take to fail exam. So share this video and invite people to our channel. Drop on the comment section things you know that makes people to fail exam or pass exam that we not discuss. We can discuss it in our next video. Thank you so much and God bless you. Greet your children for us. Yes, bye bye.